friends, I'm Coach Rowe. Welcome to Triumphant Thursday. And as I said last week, God always wants us to triumph. Isn't that exciting news? It sure is. And you're probably asking, well, how does God want me to triumph? And that's a great question. And the answer is, I don't know. Only God knows. And God has plans that are predestined for all of us, right? I love that word, predestination. That's a beautiful word. So God already has everything figured out even before we were born. So I don't know how God wants you to triumph or how he wants me to triumph. I just know that he always causes us to triumph. In fact, we've already triumphed through our lives already, whether it's miracles performed, ways he's delivered us, ways he's opened up doors, just made some miraculous things happen throughout our lives, right? So that's something that's perpetual. It's not just a one and done. So he always causes us to triumph, right? So that's always like present tense. It's not what happened in the past, but it's present and future, right? So today I want to talk about triumph in a sense of your finances, because we can triumph in other areas too, of course, health and relationships. But today I want to focus on finances, and it's kind of a part 2 from last week. Last week we talked about indexed universal life policies, right? We talked about protection. Are you protecting your family? If something happens to you, are they protected? If something happens to a loved one, will you be protected, right? So protection and creating that legacy, building wealth, all those things are very important when it comes to financial stewardship, financial freedom, and independence. So all that's important to building a healthy future, building financially secure future, because you want financial security. That's very important, right? So another aspect of that, when it comes to stewardship and how you're managing your money, another alternative you might want to look at is fixed indexed annuities, right? So you've got, outside of the life insurance policies, you also have annuities. And there's some myths about annuities that I want to clear up real quickly. Some people think only wealthy people purchase annuities, and that's just not true. Now, there are people who do invest a large sum of money in an annuity, but you can also open up an annuity, start an annuity for as little as $100 a month. I've got clients who do just that minimum, bare minimum, $100 a month. So annuities basically are a financial instrument that's for long-term growth, long-term investment. So if you're looking for something, a quick hit and just trying to make a quick return, something that's short-term, 6 months or a year, or if you want a lot of liquidity, annuity is not the right solution for you. So you want to, look at what your investment goals are, what your retirement plans are, and then we can back into that with the right types of investments. But annuities are basically long-term investments for saving, where you can have a nice comfort level, a nice bundle for your retirement, because annuities will produce that steady stream of income. That's the whole beauty of annuities. Every month you get, or however you want to set it up, but most people get monthly payouts, income, a stream of income. Because what's happening is a lot of people are living beyond what the sort of baseline retirement used to be. So life expectancy is actually a lot longer than what it's been projected. So a lot of people have already started running out of money and using up all their retirement, because they're living longer than what they had anticipated, 80s, 90s. But if your retirement is only taking you to, say, you're 72, 75, it could start running out, and that's why a lot of people have to go back to work, even on a part-time basis, sometimes at Walmart or doing something else at home, home-based, business. And a lot of times it's out of necessity, not necessarily because they choose to. So I don't want you to be in that predicament where you have to, go back to work, when you're 78 or 80 because, you've run out of money. So now is the time, whatever your age is, even if you're close to retirement, we can still look at doing an annuity. We can look at a rollover for you, because if you've got a 401k, you've got to put that money, you've got to put those funds somewhere after you retire, right? Because you're not going to be making those monthly payments, premiums to your 401k, so it's going to stop growing. So, you can roll that over and then take that money and roll it over, dump it into an annuity or an IRA, but annuities are really good as well. And you've got growth potential in annuities. Don't let people fool you that annuities don't grow. They do grow. And the returns you get are called a participation rate, right? And the annuities, you are protected from downside risk. So if you've got something like a 401k, you've got a lot of risk involved because it's tied to the stock market. You've got equities in there, so it's tied to a lot of aggressive stocks. Because a lot of people want growth in their 401k, so they're willing to assume that risk, the market risk. So annuities are safer. You don't get that upside return that you would in a 401k. So it's not an either or. You can actually do both, right? You can do both. So the annuity is on the safer side, but you're insulated and protected more from downside market risk. You still get a return. It's still growing, and then it's going to pump out that income, that steady stream of income when you're ready to retire. Or if you're ready to retire and you've got a big lump sum, we can roll that over and you can start taking that income within 30, 60 days. So annuities are really nice. They're pretty safe. You still earn a return on the money you invest in it. And obviously you still can have it set up as where it can pay out as a death benefit. If you pass away, you still got money in there. So it'll all work together for your good and for the benefit of your family. So that's something, I just want to give you some tips on that. That's a great way to also start building your wealth, creating some income streams when you're getting ready to retire. So you don't want to just put all your eggs in one basket. Remember the word diversification. You want to diversify, not just 401k, but do some other things in addition to a 401k, right? So depending on where you are, depending on your risk tolerance, or you risk averse, have a high risk tolerance, then we can look at some ways of where we can put your money so it can grow and so it can achieve the financial goals that you want when you are ready for retirement. If you are ready for it, we can also look at rolling that over to get you the income that you've worked so hard to achieve and get that on a steady basis. So I just wanted to give that to you for food for thought, so it can fuel you and when you're trying to make that strategic decision on where and how to invest your money, right? You have to make smart money moves. So I really appreciate you joining me today. Thank you for tuning in, and look forward to connecting with you again next week, and I'll have some more tips ready for you. So until then, be blessed. I love you, and be sure to love yourself.